Hello, my crafty friends. I'm going to work a little bit on adding things into my Syllables notebook. Um, this is the Dee Dee Willingham's idea, and I love the idea of keeping a bunch of things that you might not ordinarily think to get out and use in a notebook, so you can just go through it for looking for ideas of things and things to use when you want to create something quickly and you don't want to have to go dig around. I've been very slow about getting stuff in here, but I really want to do it. So today I'm going to add a few things in. One of the things I want to add in is words. And so I thought we would start with words. I have a little bag here that when I was going on a trip back in November, I just grabbed a bunch of words and numbers and stuff and stuck them in this little baggie. I didn't even pay attention to what they were, if it was things I would use or not. I just stuck them in here. And so they've been just sitting there ever since then. And so I decided I've got all these pages here. They're plastic binder separator things that I found the package of them for $1 at the thrift store. And I thought, well, I'll just use those to stick my words on. And then this one that says words and quotes. So I'm just going to start there. And then I got this Craft Bond repositionable glue stick, and that just seemed like it would be the perfect thing to put these on this page with. Now, I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but we're going to try it and see. I'm going to do it kind of like Mary Abrams from the Mariotier did. She just kind of stuck them down there. Okay, well, we'll see. Just ones that look good. Rescue revealed. I don't know if that one's going to be good or not. But we'll just stick it down there. Where in the world? Let's see. Sometimes it's just funny the kinds of things that you can find in, in notebooks. I mean, in magazines or whatever. This one just says out loud. I don't know what it was all about, but it just struck me as something I might want to put on a page. This one says why dogs shouldn't have Facebook accounts. Now, that is gonna that could be really cool to put down somewhere. I don't think these are sticking very good. I may have to go to a regular glue stick. Dee Dee uses a regular glue stick, or she uses dots, I think. This one says turn a new leaf. I'm not sure if this positions them at all. That may have been a complete waste of money. Seemed like a good plan when I bought it, but I'm not going to worry about numbers on this. This says give the gift of, and it said knitting, but we'll see what we might, no telling what we might put it with. This one says waiting for you, pick me up soon. Don't know much about that one either. Let's stick it in here. Think outside the socks. Sometimes you choose something just because it's very colorful, or and then you go back and you wonder, well, what on earth am I going to do with that? And that's why I'm sticking it in here, because I may not come up with something to do with it otherwise. This one says create your own masterpiece. That one seems pretty usable to me. Practice makes permanent, not always perfect. I don't know, that one's too big for the space I've got here. Finding yourself. This one says respect reveals its alter ego. Don't know what that means either, but this one says real art. I like that one. That one's usable. I don't know if any of my stuff can be called real art, but I'll make a page and put that on it, and then it will have to be real art because the page says so. Now that's a cute little image, but it's not words, so I'm not gonna. This one says draw crowds. Let's see, there's some numbers. I was saving numbers for my, I'm making a journal that, well, Caged Fish, I think, was the first person who started making these journals where you just collect a bunch of things. She called hers a scavenger hunt journal. Always the hottest, coolest time. That would be good. She called hers a scavenger hunt journal. And then Shannon Green, using the same idea, made what she called an en masse journal, which I think that's a really cool name. It sounds kind of fancy. I'm not very fancy, so. But when I think about those pages that they're doing on both of those, what I think about is just a collection of collections. And so I'm just going to call mine a collections journal. And one reason is because Shannon Green's are so beautiful. And so are Carla's at Caged Fish, that I don't know if mine will be as beautiful as theirs are. So I'm just going to call it collections. Then I don't feel like I have to live up to somebody else's work. This one says, Artist Within School of Art in Cypress, Texas. That might be a fun place to go. But I like the Artist Within. Some more numbers. Numbers. I definitely have enough numbers to do a numbers page. I haven't actually even started my collections journal yet. I've got the book that I'm going to use. That's about as far as I've gone. And I've cut out a bunch of stuff. What happened to our fish? It just makes you want to come up with something silly to put on that page. I'm sure that they're all worried about, the fishing not being good, and the kind of toxins in the water and that kind of stuff, which is a real concern. I'm not making light of that, but when you just look at the words and you don't see what was with the words, your mind can go all kinds of places. Superpower, look no further. See, that's just funny. I'm just going to come up with something cool for that. It just makes you want to come up with something. Bucket list of destinations. Now that's another journal I would like to do, as a where I want to go. That may go on the front of that journal. I may call it my bucket list journal. I don't have a lot of bucket list ideas except for places I would like to go. I'm pretty happy with my life, the way it is, for the most part. Let's see. I would like to do more traveling, though. Destinations. Maybe that can go on that same. Maybe I'll get all those kinds of words and put them together on the front of that journal when I get to going on it. Go nuts for donuts. I don't know. I don't really see me doing a donut page, but what if I decide to and I didn't have the words? Gotta keep all the words. Fresh fish flown in daily. See, it's got to be something cute you can do with that one too. Explore the wild. I have a lot of images that I've cut out from all kinds of places that would go with that. The adventures are endless. Let's see. Here skeeters carry bats, dinosaurs guard a prison, and the shopping is absolutely epic. I don't remember where that is that has those things. It's got to be in Texas if the skeeters are carrying bats, because everything's bigger in Texas. Of course, the bats would be bigger too then, and that might not work. I don't know. But some days it feels like the skeeters are big enough to carry bats. Probably we don't have it as bad as we do in some places in the real South, like Florida and Louisiana. But, everybody thinks theirs are the worst. Spoil yourself, Galveston style. We went to Galveston and had a good time. I may use that when I finally get the journal together that I started for that trip. Springtime fun. I'll do that one. I'll show you that sometime soon too. Here's one that says close to perfect. And then the other part of it here says far from ordinary. You could use those together or separate. There's another number. Style to your itinerary. You know, I think I just got that for, I don't know how I would use those words together. That just doesn't even make sense to me, but I might use the words themselves. So we're not going to throw it away. I cut it out for some reason. I might need it. This one says Flowers of Texas. And I'm not sure why I cut those words out specifically either. But we're going to stick them in here because I might want to use the word flowers or Texas or even of. This one says family. Well, that's a good word. I like family. So we'll stick it in here. I probably should be cutting some of these, you know, that have extra junk around them up. This one says wild because it went right here, probably. Wildflowers of Texas. That makes more sense. But we're going to just go ahead and stick it in here by itself because it might get used separately. Okay, let's find some more little ones. Some of these I chose specifically, like Visit Houston and Wildflowers of Texas and those kinds of things to use in the journal that I was making about our trip. I got it started a little bit before the trip, but then I never did add anything else to it. You know, you think you're going to have time to do all this stuff when you're on a trip, and you just don't. Your time to shine. That might be interesting. Let's put this over here. We'll have to see in the future how, if these stay together, okay, or if they fall out every time I open the book. We will find out. This says showcase your story. I like to leave extra space around my words when I take them out of the magazine. I don't always do it, but I like to because I don't know for sure if I'm going to want to cut it or if I'm going to want to tear it around it. And that way I have the option of doing either one if I leave some extra space. But there's no need to leave a tremendous amount of extra space. So this one says your year to sparkle. Here's one. Send your own kind of wonderful. Or you could just keep the word wonderful. But that's bound to be something to do with some cards, I guess. Okay, this one keeps falling and right in front of me all the time. Share your weekend with. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and stick it in here because it just keeps jumping in front of me and I can't seem to get rid of it. Merry Christmas. I'll tear this one down a little bit. Keep what matters close. See, these are all for cards. I don't know if it was a scrapbooking kind of magazine I got those out of or what, but it says love, joy and love. So there's lots of extra paper around it, but that way I can tear it or cut it whichever way I want. This one says wild. I don't know why I'm cutting out wild because I'm not a wild kind of person, but I do love wild animals, and so maybe I might use it on a page with a bunch of wild animals. Joy for every occasion. This one says speaks volumes. Might use that one. Who knows? Well, it's one thing about the repositionable stuff is that you can put them both on there. This one says snow day epicness. Anything that's got epicness must be important, so we're going to keep it. And see, this one says ginormous fun. Well, if I'm going to have fun, I want ginormous fun. So let's keep that one too. Oh, I got to put some over here. Okay. This says the Great Big Book of Awesome. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to name my giant glue book. I've been trying to decide. I'm going to make a giant glue book out of a wallpaper sample book. The Great Big Book of Awesome. I think that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to keep that out for inspiration on that, and then not stick it in here where I'll forget and use it on something else. This one says you can't go wrong with superheroes. I guess you can. It depends on who you choose to be your superhero. But anyway, that was an ad for superhero something or another. That one says handmade. Little extras, big benefits. Sometimes the little extras on your art pages bring big benefits, so we'll keep that one too. You can expand. See, some of these are like they're more of an inspiration, pushing innovation to the edge. I don't know how I'll use them or if I'll even use them at all as anything other than some kind of a prompt. Think and learn. But however I use them, I can't use them at all if I don't ever find them. So, okay, here's some. It says getting lost isn't the problem, it's the goal. Sometimes we get lost in our art or our crafts, and it kind of is the goal. It's almost a way to escape, I guess, from just the ordinary pain or whatever of your life. If you can get lost in some art, you can forget about your own little issues for a while and think about things that are happier. Is there really much of a difference between being angry and pretending not to be? Wow. Is there really much of a difference between being angry and pretending not to be? There really isn't, because when you pretend not to be angry, everybody still knows you're angry. And you might as well just go ahead and admit you're angry. Okay. I may have to find somebody that looks really angry and put that with them on a page. This one says Imaginators. It's from some kind of kid's toy, I think. This one says in the universe. So I guess we've got Imaginators in the universe. I don't know. We'll stick them right there together anyway. Alrighty, I'm going to have to stop here in a few minutes and take my son to work. So we'll just go a little bit more. Take to the skies from, and it's up to you where you take to the skies from. This one says, do some crafting of your own. See, the words don't have to necessarily make sense. They just, you just have to like them. Share joy. Give. Give what? That's the question. Nature. Maybe that's what we're going to give. Share joy. Give nature. Nature definitely, being out in nature definitely gives me joy. Of course, I guess it depends. If I'm out in the middle of a snowstorm and I'm stuck on the side of the road, it might not give me much joy, but it would definitely be being in nature. So, there are, exceptions. Just the right accessories. Now, I can see that on a page with some fashion model thing. Everything you need in one PC. Maybe we'll have to figure out some different use for PC and stick that on a page. I don't know. This one says, let's explore, create. Okay. Peace and joy to all. See, that needs to go on a collage right there. Peace and joy to all. Yep, I like that one. Definitely we use it. And this one says fun. It needs to go right along with peace and joy to all. Or let's explore and create. This says where every day is a huge block party. Don't know how I'm going to use that one either. This one is legendary. Maybe some picture of something that is legendary. I don't know. This says have fun. And if your arting isn't fun, then it's not what it should be. This one says wishing for. See, we can just make a poem. Have fun. Wishing for awesome. Join the what? See what this says over here. Join the little friends. Or maybe it's have fun, little friends. Wishing for, what could we put there? Oh, here we go. Have fun, little friends. Wishing for bright idea 14. Awesome. Join the inspiration for what? Join the inspiration for what? Extra sparkle and extra sprinkles. There you go. There's our inspiration. See, we just made a poem. Have fun, little friends. Wishing for bright idea 14. Awesome. Join the inspiration for extra sparkles and extra sprinkles. Makes you wonder what the other 13 bright ideas were. I don't know. This one says sit, stay, play. Yeah. Marvel. Now see, I can just see sticking that one on some wonderful photograph of a big nature scene. Even though it's, you know, about comics. Totally. Destiny. Marvel. Totally Destiny. Who knows? And this one says, for when it's time to pretend. And this one says, Transformers. Here we go. Transformers for when it's time to pretend. See? Everything works. And this is all totally me. Oh, all these silly words. It's totally me. And here we go. Rock on. All right. Except that one's not fitting in very much on the page. Let's scoot for when it's time to pretend up a little bit. Then we can get rock on in there. Okay. I still have a ton of words over here. This one says, you deserve healthy air. I think I do. But I don't have space for that on this page. So let's see if there's something little we can stick in here. Okay. Now look at her. You see that? That needs to go with one of those wild things. That's it's not a word. We're going to take her out of here. Okay, this one says specially selected. So we'll stick specially selected in here. Okay, totally me, specially selected. Rock on. See, those all work. They're silly, but they're fun. And that's what I think words should be. They should bring joy. Share nature's glory. Guaranteed to delight. Choose your favorite flavor. See, I have no idea how I'm going to use these. No idea. But I like the words and I might find a way. Multiple choices. Now, I don't think the rest of that's something I was saving. Just the multiple choices. We'll see. Celebrate the season with. And then you have to find some more words that tell you what you're celebrating with. And this is pretty. It says believe, joy, love, peace, believe. So you could put all that whole little thing in something, or you could just take this word or just take this. And that's exactly why I didn't cut it up. I just took the whole thing, because you never know. Creative fun. Take time for you. This is how I take time for me. I play with my stuff. See, life is more fun if you don't ever really, maybe you, I don't want to say, I was going to say if you don't ever really grow up, but I think growing up is just learning how to play with your stuff responsibly. Imagine, play, and dream under the sea. So we'll have to do a page of under the sea stuff and put that on it. This one says pattern play. Well, I like geometric patterns and things, so I might stick that on something. Freedom is not free. And that is true. People have paid for the freedoms that we have and abuse. Shake it up. This one says, get crafty with thee. See, I like those open-ended things because then you can add something else and it can be completely silly or completely serious. Either one. This one says book. Create your look from everyday to amazing. This one says best friends forever. Okay. Oh, that's the you deserve healthy air. I got to stick that one in here because I might do I've got some pictures of some very unhealthy places, and maybe I can say a little prayer for the people who live in those places and put that on there. And a whole lot more. There you go. See, you deserve healthy air and a whole lot more. Okay, I'm going to have to stop now because I'm running out of time. This one says hand decorated delights. Let's stick that one on there because it's little. There's space. Oh, this one says capture all the fun, but I don't have room for it. So we're going to stop right here. Thank you for sitting here and enjoying the wordplay with me. I think I'm going to start tonight if I can, and tomorrow if I can't. I'm going to start on my great big book of awesome. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, love you, crafty friends. Blessings. Bye-bye.